Today isn't Valentine's Day, but that day, and any day quite frankly, can feel like a spotlight on everything we don't have, unless we turn inward. Let's have a conversation today about how to thrive emotionally through the love season and every season by reconnecting with the love within. Before we get started, I want to thank you so much for joining me. I would be so honored if you would please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this episode with your fabulous friends who might find some benefit, insight, or entertainment from this content. This is a conversation, so please feel free to participate by leaving a comment so I can connect with you. Now, let's talk about it.
Becoming the magnificent, be empowered, strong, and gracefully, with poise and elegance endlessly. I am who I was born to be.
Welcome to Becoming, Conversations in Elegance and Empowerment, where we explore living with purpose, grace, and confidence. I'm Sanesa Lusinger, your host, author, and transformation guide. This isn't just a podcast, it's a conversation, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. Visit becomingpublishing.com to grab your free guide, Exquisitely Dealing with Stress, and join the conversation by leaving a comment. Now, let's dive into today's topic. We're talking all things love and relationships here. You may not be coupled up or feeling the love. I'll go back to saying what I always write and say. Nurturing the relationship you have with yourself and learning to love yourself first is the key to having healthy, fulfilling relationships in every aspect of your life. This is especially true when talking about romantic relationships. I know some of you are feeling the love while others of you are down in the dumps. Trust me when I say that I can relate, mostly to the last scenario. I had single friends in 2014 who started showcasing their hatred for the Valentine's Day holiday on social media a week in advance. I didn't think they hated the day as much as they hated being alone on the day and not getting to participate like everyone else. I felt the same way for most of my life. I was thinking the other day about it, and even having been married twice, I've only celebrated Valentine's Day with a man 7 times during my existence. That isn't even 20%, y'all. I have felt like I was standing at a window watching everyone else being happy and having fun while I was not allowed to join the party. I dated a guy once who told me early on that he didn't like Valentine's Day, nor did he participate. I'm not stupid. And I knew he was just using that as an excuse to not do something for me. I wish I would have listened to myself and left there and then, but I stuck around to see how cruel he could really be. After spending most of my life not getting any attention and watching everyone else get flowers and candy at school, work, and the college dorms, it's important to me to have those things now, no matter how silly it may seem to others. Most women would probably agree with me if they were really being honest with themselves. Apparently, my Mr. Wrong wasn't alone in how he felt. ABC News reported in 2007 that a Yahoo survey found people go crazy, my word, between the December holidays and Valentine's Day, and were more than twice as likely to consider breaking up with the person they were seeing. A reason why wasn't given. In 2020, AskMen.com reported on a survey conducted about Love Day. Quote, experts at eMediHealth surveyed an even split of 2,200 men and women to find out exactly what each expects from their partners this Valentine's Day. The survey also uncovered just how lonely single folks are when the romantic holiday rolls around, and the outcome is somewhat surprising, end quote. The survey found that 55% of men and women were neutral, meaning they didn't care about being alone on Valentine's, while 22.5% felt a little sad about not participating. Researcher Gunny Scarfro, writing for Fox News in 2019, shared the findings of her research, and it doesn't necessarily align with the findings from the eMediHealth survey. Quote, unfortunately, according to a survey of 692 people across the country and dozens of interviews my research partner and I conducted last year, Many Americans feel isolated, surrounded by people in their lives, but feeling that no one truly sees them. By the numbers, our findings are chilling, she wrote. Quote, 45% of Americans reported dreaming of deep emotional connections with others, only to wake up with nobody in their real lives with whom to share those kinds of connections. Almost 30% report that they are unsatisfied with their ability to open up to people they enjoy being around, she shared. Sadder still, 8% of respondents reported that they do not have a single close friend. I'm mostly a celebrate everything kind of girl, but I'll admit it, there have been times in my life when I felt like these survey respondents. I felt just like them. It was February 2018, and I was grocery shopping one day and was slapped in the face with Valentine's Day items when I walked in every store. Okay, so I wasn't literally hit with the items, but it sure felt like it emotionally. My first thought as I quickly got away from all of it was, can't we just skip Valentine's this year? Have you ever felt like that? Now, I'm not as bad as the group of friends in the movie Valentine's Day who gathered for the anti-Valentine's party, getting all their aggression and hurt feelings out by pounding a heart-shaped piñata with a baseball bat. I actually like celebrating the holiday, but the only time I've actually gotten to celebrate was when I was married. Seriously, when I was in the dating scene, guys would literally disappear during Christmas and Valentine's, then magically reappear like nothing ever happened. Something happened, all right. My worth was attacked. By their actions, I was told that I wasn't worth buying flowers or dinner for. There is one simple truth that is imperative to remember. One of the most important and loving things you can do for yourself and all the other people in your life is developing the skill of learning to love yourself in a healthy way and do the things for yourself that you wish others would do for you. As I'm always writing about, going to the kingdom within and doing the internal work is the only positive solution. If you're spending Valentine's Day alone this year, I will reiterate what I wrote in my book, The Princess Guide to Loving Yourself First. Quote, I used to think that the only way a gift mattered was if it was given by someone I loved. I now realize that giving gifts to myself in love is just as important, and it comes with no strings or expectations attached. If you long for someone to give you your favorite flowers, go buy some for yourself or plant them in a pot so that you can have them near you most of the year. Do things now that make you happy and show positive love for yourself, end quote. I had someone write to me in 2015 expressing her struggle in getting over being cheated on. I've been there. Infidelity has ended relationships during my lifetime. After I found out, one of the first questions I asked was, what did I do wrong? Now that I've lived life for a little while, I've come to realize that it had nothing to do with what I could have done differently to prevent my person from cheating. That was their choice to make. But it had everything to do with me neglecting another relationship. The key for me to heal after such devastation was working on the most important relationship of all, the relationship I have with myself. I believe that all relationships are meant to reflect, enhance, and expose the relationship we have with ourselves. Movies like Jerry Maguire tell us that we're not whole and we need a spouse to complete us. Stories like Beauty and the Beast tell us if we try hard enough, are good enough, and love just the right way, we can change any difficult person into a royal who will love and cherish us. It goes against everything the fairy tales in Hollywood tells us, but when we can truly learn to love and cherish ourselves first, then all other relationships in our lives will be enhanced. There was a time in my life when I was regularly practicing good self-care, which promoted great healing and internal growth in my life. I looked and felt positively and optimistically about my life, and I had an overwhelming peace about my present and my future. Then, I fell in love with someone and it all stopped. I stopped doing what worked for me to not make someone else feel uncomfortable, but the end result was losing the progress I had made. Dr. Wayne Dyer often talked about how you can't go outside yourself looking for what's missing. It's like looking for your car keys in the front yard under the streetlights when you lost them inside the dark house. So, how do you start falling in love with yourself? In her book, The Language of Letting Go, Melanie Beattie explained, quote, "Of all the recovery behaviors we're striving to attain, loving ourselves may be the most difficult and the most important. We can begin giving ourselves the loving, respectful treatment we deserve," end quote. That sounds really good in theory, but how do you actually do that? Beattie offers these suggestions. Number 1, instead of criticizing ourselves, we can tell ourselves we performed well enough. Number 2, we can wake up in the morning and tell ourselves that we deserve a good day. Number 3, we can make a commitment to take good care of ourselves throughout the day. Number 4, we can recognize that we're deserving of love. Number 5, we can do loving things for ourselves. Number 6, we can love other people and let them love us. She goes on to give a checklist of what people who truly love themselves do and do not do. Let's make this an exercise. First, answer these for yourself. Then, answer them for the prominent people in your life, especially a romantic partner if you have one. People who truly love themselves do not become destructively self-centered. People who truly love themselves do not abuse others. People who truly love themselves do not stop growing and changing. People who truly love themselves do love themselves well and learn to love others well. People who truly love themselves do continually grow into healthier people. People who truly love themselves do learn that their love was appropriately placed. If you have a Valentine's Day broken heart or just alone and trying to figure out what you could do differently to have healthier relationships, now is the perfect time to learn new behaviors and make positive changes. I often have my clients read and work through the exercises in my book, The Princess Guide to Loving Yourself First. I'm going to be talking about this topic really soon, but loving yourself in a healthy way is truly the key to manifesting loving relationships in every area of your life. The book is available at becomingpublishing.com if you'd like to check it out. I'd also like to invite you to join my email list or sign up for coaching to help you transform your relationships with yourself and others. I discovered some really insightful things when researching and writing my first book. One of my biggest takeaways was that being alone is not a death sentence, nor is it something of which to fear. Being okay with being alone for many years is what has made me deeply appreciate everything my husband has brought into my life on a daily basis. In a 2016 New York Times op-ed piece on why people marry the wrong person, book author Elaine de Botton gave some profound insight into loneliness and how it can cause us to make wrong decisions. Quote, "We make mistakes too because we are so lonely. No one can be in an optimal frame of mind to choose a partner when remaining single feels unbearable. We have to be wholly at peace with the prospect of many years of solitude in order to be appropriately picky. Otherwise, we risk loving no longer being single, rather more than we love the partner who spared us that fate," end quote. Another insight I gained during my research was that it's vitally important to learn how to love yourself. I know some people who that trait seems to come naturally for them. I credit that to good parenting, but not all of us naturally have that skill. We have to work daily on knowing and loving ourselves. If we aren't our biggest cheerleader and promoter, who else is going to be? Let's face it, people are human beings, and they don't always treat us the way they should. We have no control over their actions, but we can love and support ourselves first, then allow our significant others to be the icing on top. If you're having trouble getting started on the self-love journey, here are some ideas from my books and strategies that I use with clients that may help. One way to change your focus is to use positive affirmations. Reading these every day will begin to reprogram your brain and replace the negative tapes with positive ones. This is such an important practice that I actually create personal daily affirmations for my coaching clients. They have found them difficult to read in the beginning, and I tell them to keep reading them even if they have to say that I'm the one who believes them. However, the ones who stick with them find them to be a powerful tool for increasing their self-worth and transforming their lives. While it may feel like a lie or fake at first, the more you practice saying these things out loud to yourself, the sooner your heart and mind will change, and you will actually manifest these positive things into your life. My hope for you is that you feel the love you long for. I believe that if you begin giving it to yourself first, you will attract it from others, and you will be able to fully receive and reciprocate it. Just know that you are deeply loved, and I think you are magnificent, wonderful, and lovable. Show some of that beautiful love you have to give to yourself this love season, especially if you have no one in your life to give that love to you right now. It will happen. I'm living proof of that. Just keep doing the internal work and keep the faith. Thank you so much for spending time with me on Becoming, Conversations in Elegance and Empowerment. Was there something in this episode that resonated with you? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you're ready to take your personal growth to the next level, visit becomingpublishing.com to explore my exclusive coaching programs and resources tailored for ambitious women like you. There you can also download your free guide, Exquisitely Dealing with Stress. If you found value in this episode, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a friend who's ready to create the magnificent life and relationships they truly deserve. Until next time, stay elegant, stay empowered.
Becoming